Hey, it's the pit stop. All right. It's the pit stop. Welcome to the pit stop tonight. Yeah, it is Wednesday. Well, it's Wednesday in some parts of the world and it's Thursday in other parts of the world. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, whoever you are, wherever you are. Yeah, but here in America, it is Thursday. And we usually come at you on Wednesday night. We just had a bit of a long day today, so we said, "Hey, let's just chill out and just relax a little bit before we take our rest. Before we rest for the rest of this early morning, right? So here we are, just just glad to be with you. I am the Grand Queen coming at you. Uh, and we welcome you to the Pit Stop, our mental health check-in every week, whether it's Wednesday or Thursday. And again, good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are. And again, it could be Wednesday where you're at, and it could be Thursday where you're at. Just welcome to the Pit Stop. This is our mental health check-in tonight. And this is Mental Health Awareness Month, that part. And we just wanted to just find out where your headspace is and just make sure your headspace that you're in a good space. And the Think Life show, should I say the Just Stop It show? That's my previous show, the Think Life show. But the Just Stop It show and the Pit Stop, which is our weekly, and uh, the Just Stop It show is bi-weekly. It's not just about a show, it's about supporting good mental health, bringing awareness to good mental health, and making sure that good mental health is a priority in your life, and making sure that the Just Stop It show and the Pit Stop is a safe place for you to be able to share your experiences and show more support and share the kind of support that we need to live by. So, again, this is yours truly, the Grand Queen, coming at you at the Pit Stop tonight. And yeah, got a little ice. Sometimes you just need a little icebreaker to get you through, like a meeting, to get you through to start a conversation. So tonight is a little icebreaker. We're gonna play a game. I know you all love games. I love games. And one of my favorite is Candy Crush. I am the Candy Crush Queen. Hello. And for those of you who love to play games, all you gamers out there, I hope that you join in on the next few weeks. We're going to be having a little game each week on the mental health, on the Just Stop It, at the Pit Stop mental health check-in every Wednesday. So tonight's going to be part one. All right. So we need to play some games, have some fun, you know, and sometimes we kind of quirky, weird, whatever. But sometimes you just got to fall back and learn how to relax and conversate. So again, sometimes it's a party, sometimes it's a crisis in our lives. And, we just want to just kick it off tonight with Mental Health Awareness Month, uh, bringing a more, not just awareness to our mental health, but what are the variables? What are the other things that affect our mental health? What are the other things that are good for us? And talking about the things we know enough about what's bad for us. We're going to talk about what's good for us. We're going to share those sources and resources. And when it all comes together, it should be able to form a pattern of stability and that and of stability that honors your life, that points you in the right direction, that keeps you consistent, it keeps you constant and in a good headspace, right? That improves your life. Right. So again, we're gonna start out with a little game. And it's a crisis. Sometimes it's not a party. But sometimes it might start as a party and it might end up as a crisis. I'm talking about things that happen to you. Trauma. It might seem like sometimes you may not even know we're traumatized. Traumatized, things have traumatized us. Things have gone south and we don't even know. We just normalize these things. All right. But however, welcome to the pit stop tonight where, we're going to, this could be a heavy topic, but we're going to kick it off with a little something to help get us, thinking, help us to think across generations because, mental health, good mental health is, there's no age to this thing. There's no age barriers. There's no age when it comes to good mental health. It's we all gotta have it. Everybody across generations. So for the next 10 minutes, we're gonna play a little quick game, and we're gonna call it Then and Now. Mental Wellness Edition. We're gonna call it Then and Now Mental Wellness Edition. So all you little gamers, everybody who love to play, and even if you're not a gamer, I know we all love to play games, cards, and again, Candy Crush, all sorts of video games. Um, you know, we in there, and it's good for you. It's good for you to vent and get that stress and things like that. We're going to talk about other forms of venting and things like that, and how it works, and of the sort. So yeah, so tonight, the first episode over the next 3 weeks is this is our first episode. Again, it's a crisis, not a party, but it might start as a party. It might start off good, but sometimes things happen along the way. So we're going to help you understand interventions and preventions and get some of that stress and off of you and set some goals for yourself. Even playing games, set a goal to play games sometime in the week. Set a goal to just don't do anything. Just play your game for like 30 minutes, an hour. Go outside, take a walk, take a power walk, take a power nap. Even if it's, cold or rainy or whatever, just something to get some fresh air. But the goal is, again, the goal isn't to say that one generation has had it easier or harder. No, we're talking about good mental health. And, maybe some have said, previous generations had it easy, and maybe previous generations are saying that young people today, generations today have it easier. But, that's not what it's about. It's about sparking conversation about how we understand and access good mental health, how we understand good mental health, and how good mental health is accessible. And we want to talk about also understanding and accessing mental health resources. How those things shifted, being able to access good mental health resources then and now. All right. And also, maybe, just maybe, highlight some of the unintended drawbacks that we are going to dive into today. Hey, right? So, so let's check it out. Just check it out. Just get let that just marinate a little bit. So again, what are we talking about? We are talking about understanding, one generation had it or the other didn't have it easier or harder, but sparking conversations on how understanding and accessing mental health resources have shifted, right? Maybe, just maybe, highlight some of the unintended. Okay, we're going to talk about the unintended, right? All right. So just a little, vibe. This is a smooth vibe tonight. That's what it's about. Smooth, smooth and vibing. That's all. And that's what we want to do tonight, right? So actually it's early morning. It's 12:48 where I am. I don't know what time it is where you at. Could be 6 a.m., could be 4, could be 7 where you're at. But still just sharing a little vibe with you in a good headspace, right? So check this. Here's what we do it. Here's how it works. I'm gonna throw something out there. I'm gonna throw out a question, a concept rather related to mental wellness. Not too many people like to talk about mental wellness. It's so taboo for so many, but we just want to bring awareness to the crisis. It's a crisis, not a party. Even though, sometimes you might go to the party, the party's popping. whatever kind of party, dinner party, house party, party at the club, you know, um, it doesn't matter. And it might start off real nice, you know, everything just be popping. And all of a sudden, something just comes and just throws it off. And, sort of like throws you under the bus mentally, so to speak. And you're like, oh my God, how do I didn't sign up for this. I came to have a good time. I came to have fun. I came, you had a goal to have fun. But was it a safe plan? Did you think about, you know, things that would happen in the moment? Stuff happens and we got to learn how to deal with it in the moment. So, this is how it works. I'm going to throw this concept out to you. For those of you who are listening with somebody, if you're listening, uh, you watching this podcast and you're listening, watching with somebody, a roommate, from different generations. So we want to talk about across generations. So not enough conversations are having and being had across generations about mental health, about their mental health, that part. So, we want to bring more awareness to having these conversations across generations. This is Mental Health Month. All right. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, the month of May 2025. And we really want to just bring more, we want to have more to offer, as particularly having more resources and tools that are accessible to us via the media in our community, telehealth wise, because per county there is barely psychotherapists per county, enough psychotherapists per county in the state of New York. All right. So it's just, I don't know. And then across county, in other states across county, it's the data shows some of the same thing, that it's not enough psychotherapists per county. Okay, let me just specify. It's not enough psychotherapists per county in rural areas. Let me make that perfectly clear. This is a Nixon moment. Let me make that perfectly clear that there's not enough psychotherapists per county in rural communities. Not enough, if there's even one. Um, well, physically anyway, but again, there is not enough. The stats are very low. So anyway, this is what we're gonna do to generate more conversation and awareness across what generation. So I'm just gonna put it out there. Um, again, no matter who you're with, your grandparents, roommates, or somebody you just know from a different birth year, take a moment to share how this works and understand, your younger years versus how things are viewed now. Even if you were like, what, 13 and now you're 18. If you were 13 and now you're 20, you were 13 and now you're 25. How can you relate to this question? And also be aware, that we're going to do about 4 out of 5 questions. So we're going to keep it snappy. Think quick with honest reactions, right? There's no right or wrong answer. Just want to have these conversations and see what's right or wrong in the pathway towards good mental health. How to change the wrong stuff, how to unlearn some of the stuff that just wasn't relative to our good mental health, wasn't good, and the sources and resources, right? So, all right, let's dive in. Let's go. Feeling down, we say that a lot. Feeling down. Well, I don't know. Across generations, what does feeling down mean to you? To the older generation, what was the most common understanding or advice given when somebody said they were feeling down when you were younger? Now, for the older generation, that could be baby boomers, zoomers, possibly. Now, I'm not saying millennials because you guys are young too, but Gen Zs and millennials are older generations of Gen Zs. I'm just saying, they're alphas. You guys are like the old generation to Gen Zs and Alphas. So, there's no right or wrong answer here. I'm just saying. So, again, feeling down. What was the most common understanding or advice uh, given when someone said they was feeling down when you were younger? What did you do? What did you say? Share it with us at JTire Form 1 at YouTube, just us, at JTire Form 1 at YouTube. Again, that's at YouTube, just us, JTire Form 1. Just click in. Here you go. Look on the look at the logo. Just stop at mental health support. Simple, not basic. Again, this is the pit stop, mental health check-in. But again, go to JTire Form 1 at YouTube. Just us. All right. So again, what does that mean to you? Feeling down. What's the first thing that came to your mind? That came to mind uh, when somebody asked you as a younger person. When you heard that, when they said they were feeling down, as a younger person. Now, that's to the older generation. Now, wherever it lands, wherever it reaches, is wherever it lands. Now, for the younger generation, what's the first thing that comes to mind when someone says to you now, somebody says to you at this point, the younger generation, they're feeling down? What kind of support might be suggested versus older people when they were younger and they said they were feeling down? What kind of support did you have, older people and younger people? What kind of support do you have? All right. So again, older generation, what was the most common understanding or advice given to you when you were younger, if you said you were feeling down? I don't know, maybe mama baked you a pie. I don't know. Maybe grandma baked you a pie and started the conversation, because that's what my grandmother used to do. If we started talking about how we felt about ourselves, feeling down, feeling awkward or out of place, listen, she always had a sweet potato pie or a German chocolate cake or a peach cobbler, something to start that conversation. Or she would start cooking. It'd be 12 o'clock at night, and she'd start frying fish and chicken to get that conversation going and to do a deep dive into the problem and find a solution. That was their psychotherapy at the time, was food. It was a part of it. Food wasn't the answer, but it was a part of starting conversations. I'm just saying. So yeah, to the younger generation, again, what comes to mind when somebody says now, because that was then. I'm talking about my generation. That was then, and this is now, right? Feeling down. What kind of support might be suggested for somebody who says they're feeling down now? What would you do? What would you suggest? Right? It's interesting how things change. What would you suggest? Feeling down. Older generation, younger generation. Again, remember, there is no right or wrong answers. Remember, this is round one. This is round one, right? So check it out. I'm gonna come back with some of the answers for round one. Right? I just would like to hear from you. So please go to JTire Form 1 at YouTube, which is just us, JUSUS, just us at JTire Form 1 at YouTube, and share your answers with us and some sources, some resources on how to develop those conversations and where those conversations can be, where those things can be answered, how they can be resolved. An answer like, oh God, I'm feeling down, that could lead to a statement like that. I'm feeling down. It could lead to somebody saying, hey, I don't know if I'm going to make it till tomorrow. They could just feel like they want to unalign, unalive themselves. And that's not good. That's not safe. And maybe some other deep, traumatizing things is happening to them. What are the other, but it starts with what? I'm what? Feeling down. And is the listening party, are they considerate enough, concerned enough to say, why? Why are you feeling down? Some people just pass it off like they don't even ask. But somebody who really is concerned, they'll be like, why? Why do you feel down? Or the next step would be to ask, do you want to talk about it? If they say not right now, say, okay, I'm here for you. I'm there for you. Because if somebody says, again, feeling down, what does that mean to you? Again, across generations, every generation has a different rendition of how they feel and how they approach such a statement like feeling down, just like I just shared with you. Now, I would love to hear. I would love to hear. Remember, this is the first of uh, five fun games that we're going to play with, not playing with our emotions, but we're talking about, it's a crisis, not a party, how to address our mental health, how to address our ability to talk about our feelings, to really understand what we're feeling and interpret what we're feeling and interpret what we're seeing that's happening to us, whatever's happening to us or friends or family. All right. So keep that in mind. And we'll come back next Wednesday and would love to hear your answers at the pit stop next Wednesday. Right? And download this video in case you forget, because I know you have a very busy schedule. Most of you do. And so do I. But you're never too busy for good mental health. You're never too busy to love on you. You're never too busy to be you. Remember, this is you, me, he, she, we, they. This is us, just us, right? And we are here for you. So, just a friendly reminder also, we're not a medical advice. We are not. Again, a medical advice, all the information. This is an informational podcast to assist you, to help you to uh, be in alignment with some people may say the universe. I have to say with good life, with wholesome living, so that your life can become aligned and structured, and your well-being, can be at its best. That's all. This is all. We are here for you. The Just Stop It show is here for you. We must be here for each other. We must learn to lean on each other as best as we can, and anything else, the other medical advisors, the right medical advisors will come in and help you to do what you need to do. And holistic approach, everything, when it all comes together, it forms a pattern. Good doctors, good advice, good resources, the best sources of information, the links, when all that comes together, it forms a pattern of structured, good mental health, and the best, and it addresses the best of the best. It makes you the best of the best, because you're talking about your well-being. Your well-being is important. Your whole self is equally as important as the jobs that you have, is as equally as important as the lives that you lead. How can you lead the best life if you do not have enough mental health support, if you do not have enough support that supports your well-being, if you do not identify with what you need to be at your best? So again, this is the Grand Queen coming at you at the pit stop tonight, and we're coming back next week with some answers to that question, to that game. We're going to be playing this game 3 out of we're going to be playing 4 series of actually part two, game 2, 3, and 4. All right. So again, it's a crisis, not a party. It might start as a party of thought when it comes to well-being and your mental health. It might start off sort of like a little party, and it turns into a crisis, and vice versa. We want to be able to address those things, right? So again, the goal is to understand one another, what's happening to one another across generations, and again, we're going to be playing this game. We're going to be playing this game then and now, right? And we're going to find out how to seek help then and now, what kind of help was available across generations. And we're going to be talking about trauma across generations. And we're going to be discussing also community support across generations. We're playing a game, play the game. What they said, don't hate the player. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player. And I say don't hate the game because we all got to have some type of fun outlet. And to tell you the truth, you learn a lot during a game. You're like, hey, I didn't know that. I didn't know the rules. There's always rules to the game. And in game of life, the rules change. I'm just saying. So here we are. See you next Wednesday. Actually, we'll see you next Wednesday at the pit stop, but we'll see you Sunday. We're going to be talking about, again, this is Mental Health Awareness Month. Wear green as support for those, as a support for good mental health, for Mental Health Awareness Month. We're green of any kind. It shows, again, support for good mental health, for your good, for wellness, right? So, again, go to subscribe, like us at just us at J Tire, JTIRE, the number one at J Tire, JTIRE Form 1, JTIRE FORM 1, right, at YouTube. And that is just a symbol, acronym for the Just Stop It Show podcast, where you can download a podcast for support. You can also go to juststopitms.com at my website, and you can also blog and share support and links there as well. Right, and you'll see the downloads here at on YouTube at JTire Forum 1, where you can also go on TikTok and Instagram, right? But again, I want to hear what you have to say about then and now, how people approached the aspects of feeling down, what kind of support, what did you say, what was said, what was done, and what has changed then and now across generations. So we'll be back with you next week, and we're going to be talking about seeking help, right? And we'll touch base, we'll talk about the next phase of game two. We'll talk about the next phase and the next part of this game, right? So again, stay healthy, stay awake, stay aware, be aware, make your mental health the priority in this Mental Health Awareness Month. Wear green, don't be mean, keep it clean. Much love, peace, and joy.